I want to voice my support for this woman who's about to come in. Come on in, honey. We were just talking about you. It's all right. No problem. How are you? I got a joke for you. These two lesbians walk into it.
My family's weird day. Christmas, I hung out. Christmas Eve, I hung out, had a beer, and just sat back and watched my aunts and uncles get progressively drunker, and then like passive aggressively assault one another. Like one of my aunts got really drunk, and my uncle stepped in and was like, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't drink as much." And then she fired back, "Well, maybe you should have molested your nephews." Yeah, awkward, right? Because now I'm involved. I find this funny. I was at a bar the other night. I think it's hilarious when an ugly chick has a roofie story. Oh, shut up. You all know one of those. I was sitting in like a bar like that next to this hideous troll. And for some awful reason, she fired out, "Last time I was here, somebody put something in my drink." Really? Really? I don't think so. If they did, it was an accident. I mean, you should be so lucky. I'd roofie myself if I had to fuck you. Okay, Grindle, let's get back under your bridge before I start rubbing your belly and making some wishes.
Oh. Santa Barbara, how are we feeling tonight? Let me hear you. All right. Well, I came up, we drove up from Hollywood. There's always a lot of tourists. I imagine a lot of tourists up in this area. Here's a new trick. Next time a tourist asks you to take a picture with your camera, this is what I do. I have them pose for the picture. As they're posing, quickly, I turn around, take off, and turn back and snap that picture. It's always like, "Oh my God! What are you? I can't believe!" And think of the memories they're going to have of their vacation. A few weeks later, they're going over their photos. "Oh, here we are on vacation. Here's where we went to the beach. That's where we went to Universal Studios. And here's where that asshole pretended to run away with our camera. I think next year we're going to go to the Bahamas." Don't fucking mock me! You see, people, I'm a troublemaker. It's all good. I'm like that kid in class where the teacher used to make me go sit in the hallway to think about what I've done. I'd always go in the hall for like 10 seconds, then come back and go, yeah, I thought about it. That shit was funny. Come on! I live next to some Russian people in West Hollywood. I don't know if you know about the Russian people in California, but they're very angry. They're always outside like, "Whoa! Whoa! Every day in this country is sunny and beautiful. Everybody's nice. And this kid that lives next to me, he's got a really weird name, and he's realizing after living in our country for so long that his name doesn't really translate that well to our culture. So he's on the streets playing sports and stuff, and his mother's inside the house. She's like, "You're gay! Supper, you're gay! Supper, you're gay!" I swear to God, there's strangers walking by the house going, "Me, what the fuck?" And gay guys going, "How'd you know?"
I am a danceaholic. I dance to shit that I don't even like. But something happens when I'm downtown. My mind's like, "No, don't do it. Come on, Jeff, don't do it." My body's like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna do it."
I'm a college student, 6 years in. Guess that makes me a grad student at a city college. I'm Ukrainian. We're famous for selling weapons. I don't know, man, it's rough. It's rough selling weapons though. My mafia friends, they're always making fun of me. They're like, "What the fuck? What, you don't play handball? With a grenade? What are you, pussy? You don't have ultimate fighting? With 7 bears? What are you, homo?" You don't snort anthrax, wipe your ass with sandpaper, you don't perform comedy at rocks, you don't fuck a prostitute with 7 STD? What are you, a pussy homo? What do you do then? What do you do? Do you watch My Little Pony? My Little Pony, My Little Pony. Starlight, sweetheart, melody. Bright eyes, patch and clover. Bonbons making cookies too. I'm like, wait a minute. You know the words?
So, Grim Jeeper, you're here, right? Yeah. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Isn't that the best screen name ever, you guys? Grim Jeeper? And he doesn't just talk the talk, he Jeeps the Jeep. I mean, his MySpace page is full of Jeep videos and off-roading activities and missing limbs and teeth and heads, and it's awesome. Going onto your website, it was so macho that I left my desk with a penis. It was weird. I didn't know my brother was gay until I walked into the room and I found him reading one of those relationship books. You know those relationship books? My brother was reading a book entitled Men Are From Mars, Men Are From Mars. So I was like, what's going on, Craig? Are you gay? He looks up at me, he goes, I don't know, I'm confused. So I asked the guy in bed next to him, and I was like, any thoughts there, Bucky? Anything? Bucky was like, yeah, he seems pretty gay. Now get him off me. So did you guys know that Judy Garland's father was gay, homosexual man, Judy Garland's father? Gay? People from Mexico? Has that news filtered down past the border? Or is it always stopped at customs? No! It must have its papers. That gossip must have proper papers. No, but her father was gay. And so what happened to our little Judy? What happened to little Judy? You guys know what happened to her. She grew up and married herself a big old handful of gay guys. That's what she did. Somehow within that equation she was able to have little Liza. What happened to our little Liza? She grew up and married herself another big old handful of gay guys. So now I knew that homosexuality, probably hereditary. But fag-hag? Didn't know. But I had become keenly aware and made a note of it. You can take that back to Mexico, but put it deep in your luggage. So apparently they don't want you guys to know.